Today, we're going to dive into a world that's all around us, but, well, it's totally invisible. We're going to break down how pros actually analyze the breadth of our industrial world. It's a pretty wild question when you think about it, isn't it? I mean, you look at a factory smokestack or a giant power plant, how do you have any idea what's actually coming out of there? How do you make the invisible visible? You know that invisible language tells a really crucial story. It's a story about efficiency, about safety, and of course, about environmental impact. And understanding that story, it isn't just a nice to have. It's absolutely essential for making our world smarter and cleaner. So right off the bat, our first challenge is figuring out how to see, or I guess how to measure, these invisible gases. The official name for this whole process is emission and combustion analysis. It's all about measuring gases like oxygen, carbon monoxide, and nitrogen oxides. And really, it boils down to three main goals. First, making sure you're playing by the rules. EPA regulations and all that. Second, tuning up your equipment to save fuel and money. And third, when a super complex system breaks, this is how you figure out what went wrong. Now, for a job this important and, let's be honest, this complicated, you can't just grab any old tool off the shelf. Professionals need equipment that's specialized, tough, and incredibly smart. And here is a perfect example of that tech in action. This is the Testo 350. It's a portable emission analyzer. You should think of it like a mobile laboratory that's designed to go right to the source of the action and translate that language of invisible gases into cold, hard data. So get this one tool is built to handle all three of those big jobs we just talked about, from making sure a company meets strict EPA standards to fine-tuning a massive engine for peak performance. It's all done with this one piece of kit. Let's take a closer look at how it's designed, because it's a really, really clever combination of, well, brains and brawn. So the whole system is actually split into two parts. You can see on the left, you've got this handheld control unit. That's kind of like your mission control. And then on the right, you've got the analyzer box. That's the heavy-duty part that goes into the thick of it to do the actual analysis. Okay, so the control unit is the brain. It's what the technician holds. It shows all the data in real time. It stores the results. It runs the whole show. The analyzer box, that's the brawn. It's this rugged, shock-resistant mobile lab, and it's packed with all the sensors and pumps needed to do the dirty work right at the source. And here, we get to take a peek under the hood of the analyzer box. This is where the magic happens. I mean, look at that. You can see the plug-and-play sensors, that big sampling pump, and all the wiring that makes sure these measurements are unbelievably accurate. This is some serious engineering. So this whole brain and brawn setup, it isn't just a cool design. It fundamentally changes how technicians can do their job, making it smarter and so much safer. You'd think something this advanced would be a nightmare to operate, right? Not at all. Look how simple this is. You don't need to be a computer whiz. You just follow these simple icon-based steps. Pick the application, say a gas engine, then pick the fuel, like natural gas, choose your test, and boom, you start the measurement. It takes all the guesswork out of it. Now, let's just think for a second about where these tests are happening. It's usually not some nice air-conditioned office. We're talking about being way up high on a smokestack, right next to a scorching hot boiler, or inside a deafeningly loud engine room. So what about this number? 300 feet. What's that all about? It's not the height of the smokestack. No, that's the Bluetooth range. And this is a total game changer. It means a technician can put that rugged analyzer box right up next to the hot, dangerous sampling point, but they can operate the whole thing from the control unit in their hand up to 300 feet away, safely on the ground or inside a control room. This is a massive, massive leap forward for safety. And the smarts just keep coming. Listen to this quote from the source material. It says that if the device detects a sudden dangerous spike in a gas, like carbon monoxide, it doesn't just, fry the sensor. It automatically kicks in a dilution system to protect itself and keep on measuring. Now, that is smart. So, after all of this amazing technology, this incredible focus on safety, what's the bottom line? Why does all this complex measurement actually matter? Because it all comes down to this. Those complex, squiggly lines on the graph, representing all these different gases over time, they lead to some very simple and very powerful results. Cleaner air for all of us to breathe, and saved energy for a more efficient world. This really sums it all up. You get this incredible triple benefit. You get better environmental health because of lower emissions. You get real, actual economic savings from improved fuel efficiency. And you get better operational safety because you can catch problems before they become catastrophes. It is a win-win-win. So, by making the invisible visible, we can literally create a safer, cleaner, more efficient industrial world. And it just leaves you wondering, right? What other huge invisible problems are out there, just waiting for the right piece of technology to help us finally see them and solve them?